Oh, it finally happened! Rejoice, we made another Real Talk video, and this wasn't supposed to be a video that I was making right now. I was gonna make it probably sometime next week after things had settled down, but we're currently in the midst of it, and what is it? It is arguably the most stressful and difficult and busy 3 weeks I have ever had in my entire life. And I'm gonna get into that. But why am I making this video today when Call of Duty just came out and I totally have Call of Duty content? All of my footage got corrupted, apparently, from the playtest that I did 4 days ago, I think it was, with a very select group of content creators from the new maps that they had and a bunch of weapon tunings and conversations I had with the devs and stuff. That was something that I was going to put out yesterday, and I realized a little too late that it wasn't just my frame rate that was fucked up, but actually the footage itself was messed up. So that was not thrilling. And as such, now I'm like, man, I missed the window to make that Call of Duty video. And it just got me down because I'm already sucking so much dick at YouTube content as it is that it makes me feel even shittier. And let's go into it because, I usually only make these videos. Actually, I only make these videos when I'm feeling compelled to talk about something. And the last couple times, I seem to have kind of dwelled on both positive and negatives, right? I think the last one, or one of the last ones I did, was going to therapy, which is still going well, by the way. Highly recommend it if you can. And I had this exact conversation with my therapist last week because there's been a lot of stuff both in the background of my life, personal things that just dealing with things that I don't want to talk about, that have really been piling up, and things that are unavoidable, just difficult situations that you have to come to terms with. And that's normally fine on its own, but to give you a perspective of the last 3 weeks, and I guess this is going to continue through Monday, by the way, of my life, let me break it down for you. I've used to think to myself, there's no way you can get burned out doing something that you love. There's no way you can get burned out doing something that you're good at. Your scheduling is good. And I like to think I'm pretty regimented in my scheduling. What I mean by that is that I work really well when I have a set schedule where I can make like blocks of free time for myself to either work out or to make dinner or to, like unpack my boxes from my move. And all of that kind of went out the window in, I guess, 3 weeks ago when I finally got the chance to move. Very exciting. But if anybody has moved before, myself, I've moved 5 times, I guess, in the past 10 years. If anybody's moved before, you know that even though it's exciting, it is arguably one of the more stressful things, because especially when you're renting, you're scheduling a time for you to move out with your previous tenant or previous landlord. You've got to make sure that the apartment is in top tier shape so they don't charge you for a bunch of shit. You've got to cancel all your services, your internet, your power, all that stuff. You've got to then find a new place to move, get moving companies, situated, find a day to move and plan it with the new place that you're moving into, schedule all your services to be moved over, internet, all that shit. And meanwhile, during all of this, you still have to do everything that life normally would expect of you, of which I was already pretty busy. And so moving, while exciting, and I'm still thrilled that I got to move, and finally I am almost, done throwing away the trash. I haven't unpacked any of my boxes, but the trash from moving, like the saran wrap or whatever they use to like keep plates together. Finally, I'm almost done getting rid of that. It's exciting, but man, it's stressful. And to make matters worse or better, I have a very time-consuming hosting job that I've been doing every single week for the past, well, now 2 months. And it's an Amazon Prime show called Chasing the Crown. And it's an all-digital show right now because of COVID, which is not what I signed up for, right? I signed up for an in-person thing. So there comes a lot more stress and rehearsal and technical issues and difficulty doing a hosting job when you're sitting in front of your camera trying to do this all digitally, and it's a mess. And that's been basically taking up all of my Thursday nights, all my Friday mornings, all my Friday nights, and then most of my Monday nights as well. And not even counting all the shit that, like, going through revisions of script and trying to record voiceovers for it. All the things that you don't really see for a 2-hour live show that only happens once a week. And so I have all of this stuff tackling on or adding on And then, you know, I still edit my own YouTube videos, guys. And I still try and live stream 6 hours a day on Twitch every day. And so all of this shit at the same time, plus the election and the copious amounts of, like, there's a TwitchCon replacement event this Saturday that I have to be present and do a host 2 events and do a meet and greet and shit from 11 a.m. or I guess 10:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. I reached a point yesterday once I realized my Black Ops footage was corrupted that I literally sat down on the ground and I was like, all right, boy. All right, man, you really fucking did it, huh? Oh, I forgot. Also, my record label's releasing the biggest project we've ever done, an entire 13-track album for Cyberpunk. And that's, you know, it's the biggest thing we've done, the most songs we released at once, the most people we've ever worked with, coordinating with 13 different artists and their management companies, their agents, scheduling, like, holy shit. And COVID, the fact that I can't even, like, go out to eat, really, to experience a little bit of break. I gotta be honest, man, I'm losing it. Well, I'm not losing it, but I was really am not happy right now. I'm overworked, I am, and I thought that it wouldn't happen to me yet. I knew it would happen at some point, but I'm stressed, and I have been stressed, and the past 3 weeks, and I said it continues because TwitchCon's replacement event is tomorrow. I'm hosting, I've got rehearsal for Chasing the Crown in an hour for 2 hours. Then I go straight from that into live stream, Call of Duty Black Ops launch day. I'm doing, you know, work with Blizzard's BattleNet launcher, so I'm going to be on that from the hours of like 1 to 5 p.m. or 1 to 6 p.m. And then 6 p.m. I have to get off so I can go to call time and make the show that's from 7 to 9 p.m. And it's just like, it's too much, man. It's too much. It is. And all this, like during all this, I haven't made food in like 3 weeks. I don't have any pots or pans or anything like that. And cooking's a fun thing for me. It's a great way to disconnect, get off the computer, like have some creativity in something that's not like entertaining people. And I definitely feel like I have absolutely lost the drive to connect with people, the ability during these past month to really have any sort of meaningful relationship with someone. Like I got to eat dinner with Cheney. We usually get dinner once a week, and that's like the only time I really have spent time with somebody. And it's like that's like an hour. It's like an hour of time that I spend a week with somebody else, and even then I'm exhausted. Like I had from 9 to 11 I had rehearsal for the TwitchCon replacement event, one of the ones that I was hosting. Then from 11 to 12 I had rehearsal for the robot part of the second TwitchCon event that I was taking part in. Then from 11 to 12 I had rehearsal, or I'm sorry, 12 to 1 I had rehearsal for the third thing that I was doing. Then from 1 to 6 I did I streamed Assassin's Creed, fun game. I don't think I'm gonna finish it though. And then from 6 until 9 I had rehearsal for Chasing the Crown. That is 11 hours of entertaining and being in like top shape. And I gotta do it again today, and I gotta do it again tomorrow, and then Saturday or Sunday I've got a sponsored gig. Like there's too much. I finally have outscheduled myself, and I have had zero time for myself. I've found for the first time in my life that there's a lot of people, like acquaintances and people that I consider my friends, saying like, hey man, like what are you doing tonight? Let's grab dinner. Or hey, do you want to like come hang out? You know, just hang out and watch some TV. And I'm like, no. Like I nothing makes me less interested than that. I want to sit in a room, shut the door, and not talk to anyone for a full week. You know what I mean? Like I really don't want to do that. And I know people are gonna be like, take some time off of that stuff. I have contracts, man, that I've got to fulfill. There's no time off here that I am barely by the skin of my teeth holding all of this shit together. And so you're gonna see some changes very soon to my workflow. It has to happen in order for me to not neglect YouTube. You guys have been neglected. This has been my lowest viewed month on YouTube in like 3 years. It's been the least videos that I put out. I haven't been thrilled about any of the videos that I've been putting out, really. Like they've all just been fine. And that's not what I want. And the big thing that I'm gonna need to do to change that is I have to admit to myself and to all of you that after 11 years of editing my own YouTube content, I need to have somebody step in and do it for me. I need to let go of the reins, and I need to have somebody and pay somebody come in and do it for me instead of having me spend 4 hours every morning when I wake up at 6:30 in the morning to fucking scrub through 8 hours of Assassin's Creed footage to make a 12-minute video of highlights and then immediately go straight into live streaming without really eating lunch. It's not healthy. It's not. I need some reprieve. Is that it? Reprieve? And I know this entire video sounds like a lot of complaining because it is. It's literally me complaining and venting to you. And I know that this might sound like a wow, woe is me. Busy is good. And I'm incredibly proud of myself for how I've managed to get through most of all of this, if not all of this in general. I am. And I was very relieved last Friday when I finally got to the weekend, and I'm gonna be very relieved when I finally get to Sunday night this weekend. And it's really pleasant to have that feeling of relief, but I need to also recognize that, like, it's relief and it's not happiness, right? Like, I'm like, oh, you know, it's like when you get your test back and you got like a passing grade. You're not stoked, you didn't get an A, but you passed, you're through it, you got through it. And that in itself can be happiness, but it's just not the happiness I want. I need to hire an editor. I'm gonna be putting out a video explaining what I wanna do with an editor, because if I could just get 3 days a week where I'm not trying to edit my own stuff and put that towards being healthier and put that towards putting out actual unique and good YouTube content, then I think I'll be happier overall. I don't even think this video has any info other than that. I guess take some time for yourself, you know, because if you don't, then it's gonna catch up with you is the correct terminology. I'm sorry if this video was too complaining. Honestly, I just felt like I needed to vent, and here we are. That's where we're at. I'm gonna get through it. It's gonna be fine. Things are changing a little bit for the better, and this was the only Black Ops footage that I had that wasn't corrupted. So thanks for hanging out, and hopefully your days are going a little bit less stressful than mine.